Alright, so I'm a day late on this video, but this is my review of my May 24th reading of 1 Kings, the end of chapter 8. We've got 2Chronicles7, then 1Kings9, and 2Chronicles7, a little bit farther down. Then we have 1Kings9 a little bit farther. So we're basically in the end of 8, and 1 Kings, the end of 8, and mostly in most of 9, looks like. Nope, today's reading was into 9 as well. But it's following the idea that in Kings and Chronicles, they're the same, a testament of each of those books. Don't know why. There's some differences I see, I've noticed. I haven't made a list or really examined it any kind of detail, but I noticed there are some slight differences, but a lot of stuff is almost verbatim. But let's get into this. So what we've got, and what I really noticed, is that when Solomon had finished praying, fire flashed down from heaven and burned the burnt offerings and sacrifices that he had put forth. So God was definitely testifying to his approval of what Solomon was doing in his dedication to the temple. So that's pretty cool. And then we have the other thing that I noticed that was in 2 Chronicles was that in 9, that he had the whole country there celebrating the festival of shelters and a dedication. He had 7 days for the festival of shelters and 7 days for the dedication of the altar. He spent 2 weeks celebrating in celebration of these things. So pretty big deal. He took the time, he took the people away from what they were doing to celebrate that. And that's one thing I've noticed in the Bible, is that there were 3 times throughout the year that God ordained celebrations. And they were times of rest, and times of gathering, and times of remembering what God had provided and how he had provided it. That's one thing that I'm intrigued by, and I'm kind of remembering through this this thing here. Then we get into 1 Kings, and this is where we get the promises God made about, if you will follow me with integrity and godliness, then I will establish the throne of your dynasty. And if you abandon me or disobey the commands and decrees, and if you serve or worship other gods, then I will uproot Israel, reject them, and he will turn the altar and this great, beautiful temple, and make it an atrocity, and to make people ask, why is it such an atrocity? And the answer will be that his people abandoned the Lord their God. He'll make it well known that there was an abandonment by the people, and he'll rip them away because they abandoned the Lord their God and they worshipped other gods. That's God's promise to his people. He promises it here. He promises it in the letters of Moses. Is it Leviticus, Deuteronomy? Which one is? I don't know. A couple of them, I think. He promises to take revenge on those who turn away from him. And it's that way with Jesus too. And it's not his people are those who acknowledge him. With Jesus, as those who acknowledge Jesus, that's who his people are. And if we don't acknowledge him, we're wicked, and he doesn't send us anywhere. We choose to go away from him. We choose not to spend eternity with him. He tells us what to do. He gives us what to do. Follow him. Follow his commands and decrees. And if you don't, you get the consequence of that. Pretty straightforward. And we see, when we get into it, we'll see where it happens that way. So then, we've got, again, the same kind of testimony that, hey, you do this, great. I'll honor you. I'll be with you. I'll be by your side. You'll have it easy. Actually, there's one part in here that is good. He says in let's see, what is this? 2 Chronicles chapter 7. You better check. Chapter 7, verse 13, he says, I guess is God talking to Solomon now. At times I might shut up the heavens so that no rain falls, or command grasshoppers to devour your crops, or send plagues among you. And then he says, then, this is a well-quoted verse here. Then, in chapter 14, or verse 14, 7:14. 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. Then if my people, who are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sins and restore their land. Following God will get restoration. He will do that. That's his promise. It's a great and wonderful promise. And again, if you follow me, there's goodness. But if you turn and you do what you want to do and ignore me, ignore my commands, I'm going to turn my back on you. That's what God's promise is. He's there with us. He's alongside us when we follow him. And when we don't, he turns from it. So that's the gist of that, and that's what stood out to me in this reading. So that's that.